Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And that is 4 more years for Mike Duggan. The Detroit mayor wins his re-election by a wide margin.
The race for Detroit's city clerk, though, much closer. In fact, a near upset by challenger Garland Gilchrist. A close race with 97% reporting. We want to remind you the results of more than 200 races are at the bottom of your screen.
We're going to begin with the Detroit mayoral race. Voters have decided to give Mike Duggan 4 more years to continue as mayor.
Duggan won the race by more than a 2-to-1 margin. Jason Colthorpe is live in downtown Detroit with more.
Guys, you know, this one, I think, as they would say, the balloons could have been tossed right about 8:15 tonight. There was just no doubt throughout the people, the supporters, the campaigners. I talked to the campaign manager tonight, and they just said they put a strategy in place. And as you heard the mayor say in his comments, if you were watching live, that they didn't spend a dollar on negative campaigning, and they were confident, and it showed. I mean, just a runaway victory, upwards of 70% of the vote tonight. And the mayor is still down here. He just come back down to talk to the media a little bit, and we just got a chance to talk to him again. But I want you to take a listen to what he said when he took the stage tonight to declare victory, and he clearly knew the wide margin this was. Listen.
And with all of the us versus them attacks, I decided I didn't care. I wasn't going to respond to it. And I'm very proud of the fact that at the end of this campaign, we did not spend one dime on TV, radio, or mail attacking our opponent. Have fun tonight, but be on time because we're going right back to work in the morning. God bless you and have a great night.
Yeah, the cabinet meeting 9 o'clock tomorrow. They said they're going to get right back to it. Just talking to the mayor who's behind me here, finishing up some thoughts tonight. He expects a couple of changes in his cabinet. He's not sure which ones yet, but now it's a matter of fighting crime and getting into the neighborhoods and moving forward with that. You know, this is it. You heard him reference the 71%. This is the biggest victory margin-wise since Dennis Archer in 1997, but here's what we just talked about with the mayor. We addressed that just a moment ago. Take a listen.
75% of Detroiters think this city is going the right direction. And that's a tribute to a whole lot of people who work for the city and a lot of people in the private sector. And I think it was reflected in the numbers today, and it was reflected in the numbers in the primary.
Going back to the debate that was right here on Local 4, it was clear there was no love lost between Mayor Duggan and Coleman Young II. As this campaign went through, it was a lot of accusations, some wild at times and some unsubstantiated at times. And you could hear tonight from the mayor, there's still no love lost. You heard it on stage, and just a moment ago we asked him if he had heard from Coleman Young tonight in a concession call, and he quickly said, no, I haven't. He left a voicemail while I was on stage declaring victory. So there should be some fence mending probably still to do there. But here's what Coleman Young had to say in his concession speech earlier tonight.
This is a hard-fought campaign, and even though it was short, and we came up short, this is just the beginning.
So 4 more years for Mayor Mike Duggan, a historic victory, a runaway victory. It started with a huge margin that looked like what the polls were talking about, 69-32, just increased from there as the night went on. And there was just no drama here in this room tonight. That was all positive all night long. And as they kept chanting, 4 more years, one Detroit. So the mayor focusing on his next mission, which is moving into the neighborhoods, and that new crime center that is set to unveil later this month. We'll be watching that, of course. We're live at the Rensen downtown. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason, thanks very much. I think worth mentioning, though, as Jason's talking about rebuilding fences. Coleman Young, some of his supporters tried to yell about Mayor Duggan tonight. He said, no, we're not going to do that. Now, let's get to the race that has been the one to watch all night. A very close race, much closer than the mayor's race.
Yeah, close indeed. We're talking about the Detroit City Council race replacing,
Clerk's race, sorry.
Clerk's race.
I jumped past that. My fault. As we saw there, though, for most of the evening, Janice Winfrey trailing by a wide margin to challenger Garland Gilchrist. However, with about 25% left of the vote to count, the incumbent, Winfrey managed to make up all that ground. She now leads by less than 1,000 votes, but only 95% of the vote counted, so we'll see.
Right, that's huge. Okay, now Detroit City Council race replacing George Cushingberry Jr. in District 2. Currently, Roy McAllister Jr. is ahead of former state senator Virgil Smith. Detroiters are also voting on 2 medical marijuana proposals that would make it easier for dispensaries to open in the city.
First proposal requires Detroit to opt into state law that requires 5 licenses to operate. That proposal, as you see, currently passing, and this is now with 98% of the vote in, 60 to 40%. The other one was the zoning ordinance, which expands the zones in which they can operate. That proposal is currently passing, and you can see by about the same margin, 59 to 41%, again with almost all of the vote counted.
Yeah. Now, these are just a few of the results. The rest are running at the bottom of your screen. And as always, you can log on to clickondetroit.com right now and view the results in your community.
Yeah. Now, other news tonight, you watched this chase play out live on Local 4 News at 5. New at 11, we've learned how all this started, and we're hearing from the woman who was involved in the crash that ended it with the runaway minivan. Jermont Terry live with the latest. Jermont?
Devin, this chase twisted and turned throughout neighborhoods. At one point, even came down this stretch of Woodward going the wrong way. It all ended when that minivan slammed into a woman's car. But we've also learned that police first spotted this car in an undercover prostitution sting. What a night for the driver of this Nissan.
They hit me, like sideswiped me.
Sky 4 captured a white minivan driving right into the path of Marion Albritton.
Pretty heavy hit.
Watch as the two slam into one another at East State Fair Road just off I-75.
Actually, I didn't hear the sirens. It just came from nowhere.
Detroit police started chasing the minivan after undercover officers working a prostitution sting on John R. found themselves looking down the barrel of a gun.
AK type weapon. A long gun.
Once the men showed the gun, the surveillance team moved in and the minivan took off.
Who knows what could have taken place had they been just regular citizens. They didn't know they were police officers, I'm sure they didn't. And they didn't know that they were under surveillance at the time. So that's what makes this situation even more danger to the public.
Police chased the minivan as it twisted and turned throughout neighborhoods. The high-speed pursuit at one point went the wrong way on Woodward Avenue in the middle of rush hour. It ended only after it crashed into Marion.
How shaken up were you?
I was pretty shaken up. My head was hurting, and right now I don't even know how my body is doing.
Officers quickly took both men into custody before they tried ditching the van. Despite her airbags deploying, Marion's thankful she walked away.
It could be somebody else that you seriously hurt, but we just need to stop, hurting each other and being destructive in the streets.
Now, Marion went to get checked out at the hospital. As for the 2 men, they were taken straight to jail, and they are awaiting charges tonight. Reporting live in Detroit, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Jermont, they were already in the middle of the chase when we came on with our live coverage. How fast did this thing end up going?
Police didn't say specifically, Devin, but we know the chase lasted for at least 20 minutes, if not longer, and it had to get up to maybe 60, 70 miles per hour.
Through neighborhood streets. All right, Jermont. Kim?
Okay, we're learning more about the troubled past of the gunman who massacred 26 people in a small-town Texas church over the weekend. He briefly escaped from a mental health center back in 2012. He also got in trouble for bringing guns onto a military base and threatening his superiors. The shooter was a suspect in a sexual assault investigation back in 2013, about 35 miles from the scene of that church attack. Experts say records indicate at least 3 missed opportunities to keep him from purchasing the guns used in that attack.
Tomorrow, the full state Senate will vote on whether teachers should be allowed to carry guns in schools. Lansing Republicans have fast-tracked the bills in the wake of the shooting in Texas that left 26 people dead at a community church. The bills would allow people to carry a gun in churches and other public spaces. Governor Snyder, though, important to point out, vetoed similar legislation in 2012. What will happen this time? We'll see.
President's secret trip to no man's land between South Korea and North Korea ends in disappointment. Why he had to pull back.
Also, they committed a crime, but apparently had time for an act of some kind of kindness. What one of these robbers did when they held up a donut shop. Here's Ben.
Devin, we are still hours away from setting our lows, and we're already in the 20s in spots. 27 in Port Huron, 28 in Ann Arbor. Waiting to see what we end up with for tomorrow morning.
When you're a runner, few things keep you from getting that run in.
Really helps me get my stress out, really gets my body going and set the tone for the day.
But Mother Nature is making it a little tougher.
I'm anxious the whole time.
I do worry about safety.
This is not something I want to take on by myself in the dark.
Oncoming cars, strangers you could encounter.
It was really scary.
The dangers of running in the dark and how to avoid them. Next.
On the next live. The days get shorter in the wintertime and more darkness brings all kinds of problems.
And that's actually creating quite a challenge for runners who want to put in the miles without putting themselves at risk.
Runners tell our Karen Drew the workout is never worth their safety. Our crew got up before the sunrise to see how they do it the right way.
There's a lot to think about. Fears of oncoming traffic, your personal safety. Now that it's darker earlier, you want to stand out with vests like this or reflective armbands. Also remember, never go out alone. The runners park at this Northville shopping center by 5 a.m. They get out of their cars ready to sweat.
We have families, we have jobs, and just like me, I know most of them, if we say we're going to do it in the afternoon, it doesn't happen because there's too many things that can get in the way.
This run, up and down hills for 6.5 miles.
We talk about racing, we talk about life, so it's a good group to run with. Headlights
go on and off they go. 5 strong, pounding the pavement in the dark.
This is not something I want to take on by myself in the dark. If it weren't for my running buddies, I know I wouldn't get up and out the door every morning. It makes me feel safe, it holds me accountable, and it gets me my workout in before the sun comes up. So,
rule number 1 for running in the dark: never do it alone. Some of these runners have in the past, but they won't anymore.
I'm anxious the whole time. I'm not enjoying it.
Angela Karen carries pepper spray in the palm of her hand, even while running with a group.
We did have an encounter once with a man in the wee hours of the morning that just didn't seem to belong where he was, and we'd never seen him before. And when we did come upon him, he didn't act normal, wouldn't say good morning to us, and ran the other way, and it was really scary. And it's a little bit of extra safety. Makes us feel safer.
Angela is with Gazelle Sports and recommends wearing bright colors and reflective gear like her vest.
They call passive reflection, so if car lights come on me, they will see me. It's lit up in the back as well.
You can wear reflection on your skin as well.
And then I got my reflector goo on my legs. And I put it on the back too, so when my legs are moving, it pops out for them. Flashing lights, I think, are key because they're so eye-catching. The headlamp is more for me, for guidance to make sure I don't trip and fall anywhere, but also helpful for people to see me as well.
Run on main roads, on the left side of the road, and be aware of your surroundings.
Looks like you enjoy running.
Staying safe to make sure they get their runs in.
I think it enhances my day. Honestly, I don't feel the same on days I don't run in the morning. It gives me energy. It's like my morning coffee. And it really just sets the tone for a great day.
It really helps me get my stress out, really gets my body going and set the tone for the day.
Also remember, carry your phone, but leave those earbuds at home. You always want to be able to hear trouble approaching. Pepper spray is also a good idea. I'm Karen Drew, Local 4 News.
Be careful.
I find that when I get the urge to run at 5 o'clock in the morning, if I just sit and wait long enough, the urge passes.
You roll over and go back to sleep. You just don't think anymore about it.
Maybe not for you.
Here's a look at what I'm working on for tomorrow night. Most people are lucky to get one miracle in their lives.
No day is taken for granted.
This woman got not 1, not 2, but 3 miracles. 3 second chances at life, and it has completely changed how she lives it.
I just do things very differently now.
Now her giving family wants to pay it forward.
It literally saves their life. And doesn't just save their life, but it gives them an awesome quality of life for the rest of their life.
The one gift they want you to consider giving in your lifetime tomorrow at 11.
All right. Well, on this election day, you couldn't blame the weather if you didn't get out today, right?
That's right.
Yep.
It was nice. The sunshine was nice, especially.
Yep.
It was nice compared to what we have coming forward.
Yes, let's look at that.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy today.
And you know what? And let's start with the good news. We're not going to be setting a record low tonight, and we're going to get plenty of sunshine tomorrow. But beyond that, It's not good news. 36 is where we're at right now. There are 20s out there already. We showed you that going into the break. Lapeer and Port Huron at 27, 25 already in Flint. And again, we're not close to our morning lows. We've still got ways to fall as we head towards daybreak. Comparing this to yesterday, it is cooler in every location, dramatically cooler out here in our west zone, where it's almost 10 degrees cooler than what we saw this time last night. So radar-wise, there's not a lot to look at. The clouds are clearing out, and you know this time of night that's not good as far as keeping temperatures up. This is going to be our next system, which is cold front coming towards us. We'll bring some moisture, but it's also going to be bringing a little bit more, and we'll talk about that in a second. You can see the clouds clearing out, staying sunny all day tomorrow. So from start to finish, we've got sunshine, but we're going to be in such a hole in the morning. It's going to be tough to dig out of. In fact, we're barely going to get back to the upper 40s. 50 looks like a long shot tomorrow afternoon. Some raindrops with this cold front. The moisture is going to be drying out as it heads towards us on Thursday. This is in the afternoon. Behind that, could see a couple snowflakes, but again, it's not going to be a lot, just kind of wafting around in the air. But once that front passes through, we're looking at wind gusts possibly up to 40 miles an hour as we head into the second half of Thursday. High pressure settles in on Friday, brings back sunshine. Does not really bring back a whole lot in the way of warm temperatures because we are anticipating that those numbers are going to be the coldest of the season so far. These are wind gusts on Thursday afternoon. You can see, especially in our north zone, we're looking at gusts possibly up to 40 miles an hour. Here's how it's going to feel waking up tomorrow morning. We'll start in the metro zone. It will be the warmest, and that's as good as we can do. 31 in the city will be the warmest low that we're going to get tomorrow. South zone temperatures generally all 20s, may stay right around 30 degrees towards the lake. All 20s out here in our west zone for sure. In fact, you're already there in some spots. Mid-20s further out towards Howell and Chelsea you get. And in our north zone, we will see some mid-20s here as we head towards tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, it'll be even colder on Friday and Saturday. 48 is where we're going in the afternoon. Lots of sunshine to go with it, so that's the good part. Again, Thursday and Friday, or Thursday, I should say, that raindrop or snowflake does not look all that impressive. And closing the weekend, could see another round of precipitation. At least those numbers come up a little bit. Man. But both Friday and Saturday could be setting records in the morning.
Get ready. All right, Ben. Drunken driving is really the same no matter what kind of wheels you're on.
We'll tell you about this bizarre case of driving under the influence next.
Let's update you now on the race for Detroit City Clerk. Now, the results here say 100% of the precincts reporting. We're told there is actually one precinct to still be counted, so this is rounding up.
Yeah, and just look at this. As of right now, incumbent Janice Winfrey is holding on to a slight lead, but Garland Gilchrist came out minutes ago and said this is just still too close to call.
There are still precincts that need to be counted. There are still votes that need to be tabulated. And as long as that is true, we're going to stay here. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep fighting.
And again, that's where the numbers stand right now. Razor thin margin, and fascinating watching the way that this developed throughout the evening. You wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing a recount here, no doubt, which would be ironic. A recount in the clerk's race. Yes. So we'll see. We'll keep on it. Again, only one precinct yet to be counted, but Janice Winfrey right now up by more than 1,000 votes. Macomb County Clerk Karen Spranger will not be able to use $100,000 of taxpayer money in her lawsuits against the county. Board of Commissioners voted 11-0 to deny her request earlier today. They also scolded Spranger for not answering their questions.
The former head of Rizzo Environmental Services is forfeiting more than $4 million in cash seized by federal investigators. Chuck Rizzo agreed to those terms in a plea deal. Later this week, he'll plead guilty to bribery and conspiracy to commit wire fraud in Macomb County.
A baby's life saved thanks to a quick-thinking Molly-Maid employee. Dawn Doan was recognized earlier today for providing CPR to an infant in Pittsfield Township who had stopped breathing. 911 coached her over the phone, and she administered CPR until a paramedic arrived. And baby Cassidy, we're happy to report, there she is now doing just fine.
President Trump will no longer visit the demilitarized zone on the border between North Korea and South Korea. He was planning to make an unannounced visit to the region, but scrapped the plan due to poor weather. President Trump was aboard Marine One en route to the demilitarized zone, but had to turn around. The stop has become a ritual for many presidents. Nearly every commander-in-chief since Ronald Reagan has visited the area.
You know the Robin Hood mantra, rob from the rich, give to the poor. Well, it took on a slightly different meaning in Houston. 3 guys robbed a donut shop, hopping the counter, threatening the employees, but one of the robbers took time to get a donut from the display case and take it over to a customer sitting at a table. Despite the seemingly good deed, police would still like to find the 3, and I doubt it will change their prospects. Police are strict about driving under the influence of alcohol, no matter the vehicle.
Just ask this guy who chose a lawnmower as his ride of choice. 56-year-old man from South Florida was driving erratically and had a 12-pack of beer on board. Police say his blood alcohol content was more than 3 times the legal limit.
Doesn't matter. Drunk driving, drunk driving.
That's right. Yeah. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Bernie's coming up with sports.